Welcome back to the courtroom, where every look, every word, and every mistake can change someone's future. Today's session opens with a tense procedural exchange, but quickly unravels into something much deeper and disturbing. We meet Mr. Escavo, a defendant given to weeks to hire his own attorney or stick with the court-appointed one. A common but risky move that sets the tone for a case already tangled in poor decisions and rising pressure. And if you think this is just another routine reset, keep watching, because moments later, the courtroom tension spikes when a defendant starts winking at the judge. That's right, the disrespect is so palpable. You can almost feel the air thicken, but this isn't just about bad behavior. It escalates into a powerful monologue from the judge, where domestic abuse, broken promises, and generational trauma are put on full display. The emotional stakes are sky high. The judge doesn't hold back, and neither should you. Stick around, because you're about to witness one of the most brutally honest courtroom takedowns we've seen in a while. Let's dive in.
All right, if you can do an acknowledgement of discovery for me, the system's down.
It is.
So it's down. Were you able to tender an offer?
Not today, but I can get one.
All right. All right, so if you'll tender an offer today, and July 29th will also be your plea deadline date. All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Okay.
All right, and they will give you an offer, counsel.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
And Mr. Escobedo, you need to be on time for court next time. Do you understand? All right. Let me just tell you, the other courtroom you were in, was it a district court? All right.
Escobedo, come up so you can sign the reset.
Sylvia Noriega. Who's the attorney for Sylvia Noriega?
It's Mr. Glitter.
All right.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
All right, why are you winking at me? You winked from the side.
Wink at me?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We are not on that level, so don't come at me. Do not come at me on that level. We're not on that level.
Be quiet.
All right, you want to take him?
Take him.
Yeah. All right. I
Did
don't
you catch that
understand.
moment? The judge straight up asks, "Why are you winking at me?" In any courtroom, respect is key. This isn't a bar, a social mixer, or some reality show. It's a place where your freedom hangs in the balance. Winking at the judge. That's not just inappropriate, it's self-sabotage. This moment shows us the kind of arrogance or ignorance some defendants walk into court with. It's not just bold, it's baffling. And when the judge shuts it down with "we are not" on that level, that's not just a personal boundary, it's a warning shot. The courtroom isn't the place to test power dynamics. Question for you all, do you think this kind of attitude shows guilt? Or is it just nervous bravado? Drop your thoughts below. We read every comment.
Assault. Before me, let's see, you choked her the first time that you were placed on probation. Thereafter, then you kick her now while you're on probation. Is the love of your life simply reduced to a punching bag? Or do you have any sense of decency and respect to the commitment that you made when you married the lady? I'm talking to you. Don't act like you're in a stupor, because I'm going to decide whether you need to go to trial or not, which I'm thinking about letting a jury decide. And I can tell you what they do in this county. They don't put up with this. You don't, first of all, you don't strike other people, much less a lady that you pledge your love to. Is that too hard to understand? So what is the problem? You're back here again. What? I've never done such a thing. I wouldn't even think of it. I wouldn't think a decent person would. But if you're going to fight somebody, why don't you fight a man? Or you think a girl is the kind of a lady you pledge your love to. They're the punching bag.
She's never done no punching bag.
Sir, you choked the lady one time and then you kicked her in the side the second time. You see anything wrong with that?
Oh,
We made a big deal about it by putting you on probation. In fact, you went from really a felony to a misdemeanor. You were charged with a felony here at the beginning. It was a third-degree felony. I'm worried about your attorney is asking to put you on probation. The last time we did that didn't turn out too well for his wife.
This right
What's
here
your-
is where the courtroom transforms into something more than just a legal proceeding. It becomes a reckoning. The judge calls out years of abuse, asking one of the most devastating questions possible: is the love of your life reduced to a punching bag? Let's be clear. This defendant had already been given probation for choking his wife, and now he's back in front of the same court for kicking her while still on probation. That's not just a violation, that's a direct slap in the face to the justice system. The fact that this started as a third-degree felony and was reduced only to see continued violence shows just how flawed and fragile these second chances can be. If you were the judge, would you still consider probation again? Or would you let a jury decide his fate? Let us know below, because this case is testing every inch of legal
On
mercy.
somebody like, who's got a fair fight, not a girl. We used to make jokes about people who would do that. Well, that's just low. That's low. Pick on somebody else, like a man, if you've got a fight, which is irresponsible behavior in the first place. How long were y'all married?
we've been together almost 10
How long were you married?
since 2017.
And children? You have children?
We have children.
Yeah, that's good role modeling. I'm saying that facetiously. That's terrible role modeling. You think your children are going to act any differently than you? You're setting a bad example. Do you agree with me with this, or do you think I'm out of line in speaking this way?
No,
Do you
I-
disagree with me, or do you agree with me what I'm saying about the principles of life that should be followed?
I agree with what you said.
Okay. Oh. So what are you going to do about it?
Change everything about the entire situation.
Yes, sir. All right. I'm going to find that there is sufficient evidence supporting your guilty plea to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, because you had pleaded guilty voluntarily, knowingly, intelligently, and because you were guilty. However, I'm going to follow this agreement, place you on deferred or unadjudicated probation for 10 years. You must pay a fine of $1,000. There will be terms and conditions of probation, which are normal and customary for this type of offense. And there will be, we will target what seems to be your problem that causes you to beat up on girls and others in generally. There will be a battery intervention and prevention program, which is normal and customary for this type of offense, and a parenting class you must
And there you have
complete.
it, a powerful, deeply emotional courtroom session that reminds us how fragile justice can be. When it's weighed against second chances, the judge finds Mr. Escavo guilty, but instead of prison, grants him a 10-year deferred. Probation, a decision that comes with heavy strings, a $1,000 fine. Court-mandated intervention programs, a parenting course, and absolutely no contact with the victim except through third-party intermediaries. This ruling reflects both accountability and hope, a chance for reform, but only if the defendant takes it seriously. It also underscores how courts are trying to balance punishment with prevention, but the big question is, will he change? If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. Your support helps us keep these stories alive and keep justice in the spotlight.